Yo, what's up, everybody?
Yes,
What's up?
yes, yes,
Welcome
yes.
to another episode of the Knowles Bar Sports Show where we pull no punches.
Oh,
That's
if you
right. I'm
say
LowRyda.
in the 70s, tall like a TI is.
I
I'm
am
sitting
Bounty.
here
I
saying,
am Kenny, formerly known as Bounty Hunter.
and I am the four-time.
Here we go. Participation trophy getting
Now I'm a four-time Hall of Famer. You heard?
the
You feel me?
4-time Hall of Famer,
Word up.
3-time participation trophy getter.
Nah, just one participation trophy. Three legit. One was an add-on.
Yeah, it's all good, bro. Even if they all are participation
Oh,
trophies,
definitely. I put
it's
it.
something, bro. It's something.
Yeah.
At least somebody recognizes you for the
Hey,
hard work.
Mike, like
you've
Michael
done.
Jackson said, just want to be starting something, baby. Just want to be
Yeah.
starting something. Got to be
I like
starting
it.
something.
I like
For real. For real.
I like it. Yeah, that's hey man, I ain't mad at you, Mega. I feel like you fit their quota for a lot of these
Oh, here we go.
companies.
Here we go.
But, that's what it is.
Here we go.
Listen, I'm not
What's that
mad
supposed
at
to
it.
be? What's that supposed to be? Here we go.
I'm not
What's that
mad
supposed
at
to
it.
mean?
I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, hey, we need a brother. Who's
Nah,
the
we need a
brother that
good
we could
brother.
put in that's not gonna bring us any kind of heat? Oh, Mega, yeah,
No,
Mega's
I'm
good.
good.
He's a good
I'm
neighbor.
good.
He, you're like, yeah, Mega's the good neighbor. He's more of a house neighbor.
Yeah.
Wow. You hear this? You hear this, Kenny?
I hear it, bro. I mean, hey.
Listen, man. Nah.
In the immortal-
Mega, man, you deserve a lot of that. I don't know about 4 times, but
3 times for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sure. I don't know about 4, but I'd say 3.
What's my man? Mortis, his real name? God.
Canyon,
Chris Canyon. Damn, I forgot his name. Like my man Chris Canyon says, and this is straight fact. Shoot. We were at a show, which I don't think you guys were on it. Now you were on it. In Queens, right?
Louis there. Was that we talked about this the other day on Nights at the Gimmick Table. Apparently that was the match that his wig came off, right?
No, that was
no.
No,
okay.
He was sitting in the stands. He was sitting in the stands. He just came as a fan, and I was like, oh, it's like, is that Canyon? It's like, yeah, Canyon's here. Like, oh, that's cool. So whatever. After the show comes back, you know what he says? Seeing your neighbor. That I was the only one that looked like and acted like a professional wrestler.
Look at
the only
that.
one in the whole show.
What show was that? NYWC?
It was in Queens, yeah.
Damn.
Because I had neighbors and neighbors throwing garbage in the ring.
What's up, Pops?
Cutting a promo.
Yeah,
he's
no
the
doubt.
only person I believe.
Hey man, you know what though, bro? Like I said,
house neighbor, field neighbor. I get it done and got it done. Feel me? I got it done.
Listen, man, I'm not mad at you, bro. I listen. Like I said, you done did your thing over the years, bro. You deserve a little acknowledgement, even if they're participations.
Actually, I will tell you a waiver story off air. Some straight neighbor-ish.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! Hold on, everybody's got a little. I gotta pop my other.
It's got to do with these cats too.
Oh no!
In a roundabout way.
My Voodoo Ranger.
Voodoo Ranger.
Yeah.
Seeing your neighbor, I'm going old school today.
9.5.
I'm going bang purple guava pear.
That's like one of my least favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See your neighbor, what you working with?
No sports strength tonight.
Stella
Artois.
That's that fancy. That's that fancy neighbor stuff. Hey, let's hold on before we get started. Let's throw this up here real quick. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to us on Facebook and YouTube at No Holds Barred Sports Show. Hit the bell, share it, tell your peoples about us, and get notified. And drop your comments, man. See what we got. What else we got here? And follow us on Twitch. No Holds Barred Podcast. I should have put it as podcast. I wish you can change. I wish you could change your Twitch handles, but you know we gotta stick with what we know. You know, apparently.
Here we go. He got that old messed up intranets. See, making fun of me. It's making fun of me while his stuff all locked out.
It scared me for a second. I thought that was mine. You know, last week I blasted off. I was like, yo,
what's up with Kenny? What's up with Kenny? We gotta get rid of this fool. All right, just me, us two. The neighbors. The neighbors are in the building.
What is this message? Facebook automatically deletes all streams that don't give live within 10 minutes of session.
So you can get rid of it. You can get rid of it.
Okay. All right.
You can get rid of it. Anyway, so we're going to start off with our first topic. Some NBA conference final playoff action. So, like I said, the Warriors.
Yeah, they are doing their thing right now, without a doubt.
Yeah,
they are doing their thing.
You know, hopefully they don't crap the bed and lose 4 straight to the Mavs and maybe look stupid, but don't think that's going to happen.
I think this series is over. The Mavs they don't have they don't have enough. That series is done. Yeah, they don't have enough to deal with them boys, man. To be honest with you,
they kind of like the Hawks. Like they got one superstar, and then the rest they're just good players.
Exactly.
Luka needs some help. Trey needs some help. Yeah. Luka needs some help.
But I mean, it's been interesting, watching Luka drop 35-40 a game, but he just doesn't have any help to
got it. Yeah.
To get him where he's trying to go to. So there he is.
Man, bro. I think I got the internet replaced and everything, honestly, and I now I'm starting to believe it's just this area in the room maybe that just doesn't get good signal. I'm about to next week maybe jump to the other side of the room and see how that works.
You gotta
but I won't have my fancy figures behind.
Nah, you got one of those gimmicks,
signal boosters.
Yeah.
Nah.
Get one.
Bro, my house ain't that big, bro. My house.
No, but just get it and plug it in.
House like this big, bro.
But it just, how the joint, you probably got
it's all the toys. They stealing the heat.
Yeah, let's get it.
Oh man, yeah.
We talking some basketball.
Warriors, Celtics, pretty much.
Hey, listen, man. There's some good stuff going on in this NBA Live. Right?
I mean, Celtics and Heat is a good series, but that Warriors thing is a wrap. It is over for that. I just think Steph and them, along with the young talent pool and Wiggins now becoming the guy that they thought he could be. That is definitely a big deal. Wiggins starting to play like the guy that everybody thought he could be. So that has helped him. And then, of course, the core Clay, Steph, and Draymond. Looney is actually playing well. He's been around for a while. He's playing well.
Yeah.
They're looking like the Golden State of old right now. Yep. They're looking solid, man.
It's scary. It's scary if you're not a Golden State fan. It's scary what you're starting to see. Because they are definitely coming up the speed very fast.
Mm-hmm.
And Heat, Celtics. I think it's just going to be. I said when it started 7. I think that's going to be a knockdown, drag out. The Celtics play hard defense all the time. The Heat cannot afford to do what they've done. The 2 games they've been blown out. Get down by 20 to start the game. That's just because Celtics play too good a defense to get back in the game once you get that far behind. So it's going to be hard to catch up.
Have you been watching them closely? That series?
Somewhat.
Because I haven't really been watching all that closely. But why isn't Duncan Robinson getting a lot of burn? Like,
Duncan Robinson. I know you're talking about. Ain't that the same? Is he in the same position with Tyler Hero?
with Tyler Hero and that Max Strauss dude.
Well, see, I think the biggest thing is defense. I think, and of course, because you got to think Jaylen Brown, the Duke kid, Tatum. So they maybe defense. He may be a liability, is what I'm thinking, because them guys ball, man. They ball.
Yeah, I mean, especially last game, you get blown out. Like, how does all 5 starters only score 18 points in the game? But whole game.
When I was watching that game in the first quarter, it got to 19-3. It was like literally 19-3, and I was like, they're not going to come back from that. I mean, and we know basketball is a game of runs, but Celtics are so good, and they can score, and their defense is that good. It's just going to be hard to come back. And both games they got blowed out, they got beat. That's what they've done. They've got so far behind, and they couldn't catch up. I mean, even when they would cut it, go on a 10-point run, you're only cutting it to 15.
15.
10-0 run, you only cutting it to 15. You still a long ways away.
Right. I just think that they just need that instant offense. And well, now Tyler Hero's out, so if he don't play tonight,
I did see that.
He's in a doghouse for some reason, but he needs to play. But what's been surprising to me is these blowouts. Like, how are you like?
Yeah. I mean, not just. I'm talking about 20, 30 point
blowouts. Like, what the hell is going on? And to your point, I don't think the Heat can sustain it. Celtics got offense and defense.
Yeah. So when they get that far behind, it's an uphill battle. Yeah.
It's definitely a tough way to come back, to try and come back from. So
it's hard, man. I just don't see, to Kenny's point, I just don't see Miami. They were good, but they need this to keep everything close. They can't be.
Yes. Oh yeah. They got to have. They got to keep the games close. Yeah. They got to keep it close.
Even if they somehow miraculously get past Boston, they ain't gonna get past the Warriors.
I think the Heat and the Celtics both have different set of problems that they could cause the Warriors. Can they beat them 4 out of 7? I don't know. I think the Celtics have the better chance of doing it.
Agreed.
But I mean, hey, that's why we dribble the ball and shoot it, I guess.
Right. This is true.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and it's crazy how quickly a game can change, though.
Oh man, it's a game of runs. Basketball is definitely a game of
runs. Yep. Yep. All right. So on to our next topic. So this is,
bro. This I had no clue about. I was like, what the hell is he talking about? You ain't even posted in the damn group chat.
Dude,
I don't even know what that is.
Dude, research. So Tim Connolly. So the Timberwolves hired Tim Connolly. He was basketball operations exec for the Nuggets, right? But he got 5 years, $40 million just to run basketball operations and equity in the Timberwolves. So they basically gave him.
That's your boy A-Rod that owns that team, don't it?
Right, yeah. So they basically gave him the keys to the franchise, saying, "Fix this."
Dang.
But it's before, like, we had the last time was whatever year it was, 2016, 17, with Stan Van Gundy. They gave him the president title and GM. Right. That's like the last time somebody really got the keys to the car. But now with this dude, Tim Connolly, like, all right, here's like, you need to overhaul this franchise and get us in the right direction. And they kind of overpaid, but they wanted their man. And he's been highly touted by a couple different franchises. And they came with the right figure, $8 million a year plus equity in the team. It's just, to me, I just want to talk about it because it's a lot. Execs aren't making $8 million a year anywhere. And they're like, that's more than coaches. So to come in and say, all right, here's $40 million plus equity, you're the man basically. You do everything but own the damn team. It's just a lot, and he's been coveted by a couple of different teams.
Oh well, don't stop. Get it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm not knocking anybody that's trying to make himself some bread. Give that dude give him his money. If that's what you want to do, give him his money.
Billionaires paying millionaires.
Yep. Yeah, man. So the next topic, threw this in there. So Juwan Howard turned down Lakers. What's up, neighbor? You got a neighbor in the house, neighbor?
What?
Oh, that's my brother. They see my brother walk by.
Yeah, I saw his brother walk by. Yeah. The Lakers turned down the Lakers invitation.
That's what
Juwan Howard turned down Lakers interview request. So he turned them down.
Was Juwan Howard buddy that slapped the fire out of the dude this year?
That's Juwan Howard.
Yeah, that's Juwan Howard.
Okay. Yeah. I remember him as a player. I couldn't remember if he was the one that asked that other coach what the 5 fingers say to the face.
Yeah. So right now, the final candidates as of now are Darvin Ham, who's an assistant with the Bucks, Kenny Atkinson, who used to coach the Nets, and Terry Stotts used to coach the Hawks and the Trailblazers. So Juwan Howard was the 4th.
So Mark Jackson is gone. He's not in there.
Not in the running right now.
Wow. I don't know if he ever I don't know if he ever get a job again, man. That's crazy, man.
Oh, yeah.
He might not never get a job again.
But he has 2 sons going to Michigan, so you can't leave your kids.
Yeah.
Can't, right.
We got 2 sons going to more. I think the one that's coming in is highly talented. Yeah. And the one that's there is just kind of my daddy's the coach. I'm on the team.
Right. Yeah.
But
what I was going to ask you was
I played Little League baseball, that was like every first baseman.
Yeah. But what I was going to ask y'all was
right.
Would y'all would just right now, like no kids and coaching, whatever. Do you find the Lakers job appealing?
Nope.
Because I don't.
It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't job. Because if you win, they're gonna say, "Oh, you got LeBron, you're supposed to win." If you don't win, they're gonna say you don't know what you're doing, and then all the tentacles that's gonna come out of that job, all the different. First of all, we're not winning, and then everything, the LeBron, the Russell Westbrook, the AD, everything that comes with it, man. I think it's going to take a seasoned coach to take that position. And by listening to what you said, how many of them are seasoned guys that you said the 4 that's left in the run?
So Terry Stotts this season, he's the most.
Who is he?
Terry Stotts. He used to work. He used to coach the Hawks a few years ago, and then he moved to assistant. Then he coached the Trailblazers. Did a hell of a job with the Trailblazers. Hell of a job.
Okay.
And then Kenny Atkinson, he used to coach the Nets, and then
I've heard of him. I've heard of him.
When KD and Kyrie started, let's band together and blah 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 blah. He just wasn't having it, so he quit Brooklyn. And then Darvin Ham is an assistant who's never been an NBA head coach.
I've heard of Darvin Ham before.
Yeah,
I've heard of him.
He's been assistant for God knows how long, 8, 10 years, something like that.
Now, I think the only other team that might be the team that I would probably least want to coach more than the Lakers would probably be the Nets, just because you never know if they bring Kyrie back. You never know if he's going to want to play, when he's going to want to play.
I don't know. You know they still had doggone Zach or whoever he was that was talking on TV that day. He was throwing some shots at Kyrie like, "Hey, we want players who going to play and players who's going to play." And I'm like, "Whoa." Listen, yeah, he went deep.
They ain't wrong, man. You paying that dude a lot of money, bro.
Right, he went deep.
Yeah, you weren't on that. I don't know if you were on with us, but he's never played. He's only played more than 60 games 4 times in his career.
Yeah, I was on when y'all talked
so
about
that's crazy, man.
That's one thing I agree with. You know, I agree with Stephen A on a lot of things, but with this thing, I'm lockstep with this dude on this one. Kyrie just don't show up to work.
Nah. He does when he wants to.
When he wants to, but
but he's getting guaranteed money. So.
Right. I wish I could just show up to work when I want to and still get paid.
Sound like it need to be some incentive-based contracts with Kyrie to me. Like, yo, you got to play unless it's a such and such injury. You have to play such and such. You know, sound like. I mean, am I saying I necessarily agree with a man on what principle he stand on? That somebody has to tell him, got the right to tell him to do something? No, but at the same time, I can also understand the owner saying, well, okay, if you can stand on your principles and whatever, but we got the right to take that damn money away from you also. So I'm not mad at him. This is my thing. I wasn't mad at what Kyrie stood on because I didn't believe in the vax and all that BS neither. But if my job would have said, hey, you either going to work or you're not, that's on me to take that personal opinion, and I couldn't be mad at that because now they have said this is what we're going to require you to do.
Right.
So when Kyrie was required to a certain extent to take the shot and he chose not to, I wouldn't have cut him or nothing, but I'd have said, hey, well, these are circumstances, yes, that we didn't know, but these also circumstances require us to sit back down and say, hey, okay, you ain't kicked off the team and this didn't, but money-wise, something has to change because you're making a choice not to play. You're still making a choice not to play, even though
the previous year he made the choice not to play because of what was going on in the world.
Yeah,
and
they took some games off for that.
But my man was partying at the club.
Right, and what's worse is
you know what I'm saying?
I think I should play. Right, you just play. Right, but for me, what makes it worse is he was like, "Yo, KD, we're gonna go to Brooklyn. Let's do this." You started this party.
Yeah, but the COVID wasn't there when he started the party.
Don't matter. It don't matter.
Yes, it does matter.
No, it don't. No, it don't.
Yes,
no, it
does
don't.
matter.
If I say Kenny, if I say Kenny,
but
this Saturday I'm gonna have a party, right? We're gonna celebrate whatever, right? We're gonna do this on the 3rd. I'm gonna get whatever drinks and whatever.
I'm listening to everything you're saying, yes.
And I don't show up because it's raining. Motherfucker, I'm only here because of you. That's on you. At that point, you gotta become a leader.
That's not because it's raining and me putting something in my body is two different things.
Hold on. But what about the previous year when he was upset with what was going on in the world, so he couldn't play?
What you don't understand, I'm not arguing that something needs to happen, but I'm also not arguing that he made the choice that he didn't want to put that in the body. It was up to them owners to say, hey, we're going to honor we're going to give you what you say you want, but in return for you making the decision to sit out because you don't want to vax, then we're going to make the decision to freeze that damn money.
Right.
I wouldn't have had a problem with that side neither. Now I see your point, what you're saying, what the thing to KD, but
I'm just looking at it from a player standpoint, not from an ownership standpoint now, from a player standpoint. Like you got the band together, cool, and now I came here, I don't know who it was. I'm sure a couple guys didn't get as much money as they could have, but you're going to band together. You're going to say, all right, we want this guy as our coach, not Kenny Atkinson, right? And now you're going to let an entire franchise down because of a vaccine that millions of people are taking. Millions of people have to take. Hold on. Have to take. You can't pick and choose your responsibility. If you're going to be responsible But if you're going to be responsible for getting the game together, you're going to be responsible for seeing it through.
Yeah, but you're gonna always lose me when you got it. When you tell me I have to do something, I have to put something in my body. You're gonna lose me with that every time, homeboy. Because nobody is gonna tell me that I have to put something in my body, no matter if it's $1 billion. If I have made that decision that that's not what I'm going to do, then I'm not going to do it. And
go ahead. I was going to say, where is the ownership of his part when him and his boy KD put this plan in place, got everybody together, handpicked the coach, and said, we're going to run this. And then, hold on. And then something happens. Granted, nobody saw this coming. Then he's going to wash his hands of the responsibility. KD didn't do that. How do you know? I'm sure to a man. There's 15 people on the hold. There's 15 people on the roster. Do you think all 14 other players wanted the vaccine?
No, they did not. And it was their personal decision to go ahead and do it.
A responsibility and an obligation.
My responsibility is to myself, and my body and my livelihood. And if I feel down the line or there's something going into my body that I don't agree with putting into whether it's religious, personal, whatever my choice it is, then I'm going to go to, if me and you, like we are doing this podcast, I'm going to go to you guys. I'm going to come to you guys and be like, look here, man, I understand we got this big thing happening and this thing is jumped off and this is what they're requiring us to do. At this time, I'm telling y'all, I have to back away from it.
Perfect example. That's fine. I would totally stand with you, right? But what were we talking about last week off air? We could talk again off air. But if I'm going to be the orchestrator, then there's times I got to do what I don't want to do. And some things that I got to do what I have to because I'm the one.
Yeah, I'm going to put the band together and then jump ship.
I'll put this together so the onus is on me.
But like I said,
that's all I'm saying. Like,
I am a loyal dude. I will stand by you. But it's certain things you could come to me, and even if I say, man, damn, that's messed up, but I understand. That is what it, bro. I can't even get mad at you based on what, and it would take distinct things. It couldn't be just any BS. It would take distinct things for me to understand.
Right. What also kind of like, I don't fully like, I understand with you and hear what you're saying, right? If he was playing 72, 75 games a year, and this was his only time missing games,
like
fine.
But look at your track record about basketball.
That's the other thing that looks bad on him because
that's what I'm like. You know
what happens year after year after year.
He always finds a reason.
Exactly.
To miss
that's
games.
the other thing that looks bad on him.
And that, to me, that's my thing. Like, you want to stand on your high ground about the vaccine. All right, fine. But every time something comes up, my man finds an excuse.
Exactly. You find it. Exactly. I feel you on that.
He always finds a reason. So whether it was vaccine this year, whether next year is something else, I guarantee there's going to be, within his next contract, there's going to be something else that's going to pop up that he's going to find a reason to not take it, to take games off and screw his homeboy.
And the sad part is history with him proves that. Yeah. So you can't deny that. But owners probably, based on what just took place, owners probably going to come down at the next bargaining agreement, and there'll probably be some stuff changing in the collective bargaining agreement now.
If you look at it though, right, like you got to respect the way Canada did it, right? Canada they still got their COVID in place.
Yeah.
If you ain't vaccinated, you ain't playing in Canada. So imagine
Australia.
Imagine you had to go play in that playoff game
over there right now. I mean,
and you ain't vaccinated. Now, but imagine you got 3 games in Toronto, and you're my main guy. now you just screwed us pretty much.
It's ugly. It's ugly on a business level, and it's ugly on a personal level. Whatever relationship you got with them other guys, but
yeah, because that could definitely drive a wedge.
Only thing I could do is walk in the room, and as y'all boys used to be, y'all moniker, man up. That's the only thing I can do is walk in the room and man up. Look here, bro. This is where I stand on this. Everybody probably don't agree with it, but this is where I'm at. I'm sorry if y'all guys feel I let you down, but that's just where I'm at, and I would have to live with that. Hoping I didn't, hurt nobody or mess the championship up, but that's what I would have to live with if I did.
Yeah.
No, yeah, definitely.
This is what I like, senior neighbor. This is what I like.
Good discussions.
Good discussion.
I like it too.
We're about to get in the next one.
This next one is going to be an interesting one, right? So Josh Donaldson and his comments towards Tim Anderson.
So put the comments out there. I haven't heard them yet. I don't know what happened, so let me run it down.
This is the only time I want to talk about the Yankees for more than 2 minutes.
All right.
Here we go. All right. So Josh Donaldson and Tim Anderson had an altercation.
Josh Donaldson is the white guy.
The white dude he's been on every damn team, it seems like, right?
But
started in Toronto. In Oakland, went to Toronto,
Atlanta,
went to Atlanta, went to Minnesota, went to Cleveland. He was all over.
Right.
Okay.
He's known for being the dude to push buttons.
Okay.
Push your buttons. If he's on your team, you love him. If he's against you, you hate him.
Okay.
So my man, last week I think it was, put a hard tag on Tim Anderson while Tim Anderson was slogging in the third.
Okay.
You play baseball. Mega play baseball. When you blocking, same way at second base, or when somebody's trying to slide back in, what are you trying to do? If you're trying to catch that ball, you're trying to block the bag, right? You'll put your foot in front of the bag. You'll put your whole leg down in front of the bag.
Oh yeah.
He tried to put his leg down. People are saying that he tried to drop his knee on top of Anderson's arm. Come on, man. I don't think he. Did you see that play?
I didn't see. I've heard it.
His knee basically went down on his hand, but you can tell what he was trying to do. He was trying to block the back.
Anderson was trying to slide the third.
Slide back in the third to get his hand in. He gets the ball. He puts the tag on, and then he falls onto Tim Anderson and kind of moves him off the bag with with his body, and then put the extra. Oh, he's off the bag. Tim Anderson got all upset, made a big deal about it. Boom. Now this week comes, they playing. They had, I guess, walking off the field, Tim Anderson and him he says something to Tim Anderson. Tim Anderson starts walking towards him. So he walks towards Tim Anderson, and they meet basically right behind the pitcher's mound, on the short stop side of the bag. And they talk a little bit back and forth. Josh Donaldson keeps it moving. Josh Donaldson puts his hand out all right, whatever, right? Next at bat for Josh Donaldson, he comes up. Yasmani Grandal gets up from his crouch, walks over to Josh Donaldson, gets in his face, and starts saying something. Points over at his boy at short, and then they jaw jacket. All of a sudden, here comes Tim Anderson, blah, blah, blah. They got to hold him back, which to me, it ain't look like they were really doing much to hold my man back. It was like don't hold me back, bro. Don't hold me back. But either way, you know how baseball fights are. They always. But coming to find out after the game, we hear Tony La Russa has an interview. He says that what Josh Donaldson said was racist, and it's not called for in the game. Then we hear from Tim Anderson, and he says it was a disrespectful comment, and they asked him, "Hey, did you feel like it was racist?" He kind of was I ain't like the comment. I don't play like that. I don't play with him. I don't play like that. And then they asked Donaldson. Donaldson says, I called him Jackie. He goes, I called him Jackie. What did he say exactly? I don't want to misconstrue, but he said, I called him Jackie, and let me go back in time and tell you why I called him Jackie. He goes, in 2019, he did an interview with Sports Illustrated and said, I'm the new, you can basically call me the new Jackie Robinson because I'm bringing fun to the game. So since then, apparently Josh Donaldson has called him Jackie on multiple occasions. And he said the first time he did it, they laughed about it and it was nothing. He said, I don't know what changed over the years, but now if it offends him and that's the case, I apologize because I wasn't trying to offend him. Do I buy that? Not really. But I do buy that he was just trying to.
Yeah, I was gonna put that up there. Yeah, I was gonna put that up there.
I do buy that it wasn't in a racist way. Because everybody's saying the Jackie comment is a disrespect to Jackie Robinson. However, if I call myself the Tito Santana of wrestling, and I'm not producing, let's say, right? And all of a sudden somebody want to poke fun at me and be like, yo, Tito, what's up? I brought that on myself, right? It ain't like
listen, I got
like you just randomly calling me, hey, or you just every time you see me, you're like, hey, Arriba. And I never said anything about Tito Santana. Because then I'm gonna be like, oh, what the fuck you trying to pull?
Exactly.
Language.
I just think, yeah, man. I mean, when you open, okay, he called himself Jackie Robinson.
The gate.
Yeah, because I got a couple of, now I know we don't talk about wrestling, but I got a couple of guys that's running gimmicks, and they call themselves the Gorilla Squad. Silverback, big old neighbors. and I look at it sometime when I first seen it, I was like, man, I know these guys. I know they get crazy heat, but I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, have y'all not? I mean, has it ever got like so, like deep that y'all like, hold on? But I mean, and they run the hell out. I mean, good. They run the shit out of. I mean, you know, the crap out of the gimmick, man. I mean,
so that's my thing, right? So now if somebody's like, oh, look at this gorilla, this big gorilla, are you going to be offended?
Yeah, exactly. Now, if I get in West Virginia and go do a show. And I come out and that man, they got shirts, sell shirts and everything. The Gorilla Squad. I mean, and what happens when you get in one of these towns and you got, you know, Billy Joe with, you know, backer in his mouth and holding the cup, and you walk out and he go to, hey, damn boy, you know, you big gorilla silverback monkey. What do you do?
and that's the thing, right? So, or let's just say this.
They work.
Hold on, let's just say this now, Kenny, right?
Yeah.
They changed their gimmick now. Next year. They changed their gimmick.
Yep. I know where you're going.
And now you are, you know, Joe the bodybuilder. And you come out and somebody's like, hey, silverback gorilla?
Exactly.
Are you gonna be like, whoa?
I'll never forget this one story. I'm gonna give you one. Give you guys this one Navy story. So we was on what you call mess cranking. We was on, and that's when you got to do kitchen duty. So we on, and this good old boy, you could tell he was from whatever. So we had a black E6, you know, in charge, first class. So he come in one day and he talking shit, and he said, "Bloom, bloom, bloom. I'm the HINC on charge," but he said it. I'm the head neighbor in charge.
Yeah.
So we was doing something one day, and you know, the guy walked by, and the damn good old boy said, "Hey, blank, blank, blank in charge," and he said it all out. He couldn't write him off. He couldn't write him up because the guy
you brought it out. You said
the
it.
dog on mess deck and said, "I'm the head neighbor in charge."
Mm-hmm.
So when he did it, I mean, dude was mad, wanted it, but when he went to write him up, he sit and looked at it and talked to some other officers before he sent it up the chain, and they was like, "Bro, he just repeated what you said.
You brought it upon yourself.
You repeated what you said, bro."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Wow!" But that actually happened. That happened.
Well, listen.
But I got a better question. Well, I see we're
Go ahead.
on the same page.
Oh shit! So we're all in this together.
How the hell is Jackie offensive?
See,
now hold on. Now, if you said, "Hey, Jackie," like, all right, cool. Even if I didn't say, all right, whatever. But if you say, "Hey, I can't think of anybody,"
hey, Mookie, like
nah,
Mookie
Mookie's
Wilson,
good, but some shit ass player.
okay.
All right, but how is so about Jackie
player
racist? I missed this part. I still need somebody to explain.
And then the craziest thing to me about this whole situation is they suspend Donaldson for a game for instigating a benches clearing incident. However, wasn't Yasmani Grandal the one that instigated it? He rose up from his crouch, got in Buddy's face,
bro.
Anytime
that R word, and I'm not talking about the other R word, comes into play, they would do whatever.
Those are both hot R words, though.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever they got to do to what they consider politically correct, they will do.
Yep.
And we gave it,
and I don't blame him.
I don't blame him, man. We gave that BS too much time because I'm like him. Jackie is not offensive, so let's
and that was my thing. Like, you know, I done seen, but I was actually gonna bring it up because I just heard I was watching with my pops earlier, and Doug Glanville was on, and he said,
"I saw that.
You saw that?"
Yeah.
He goes, "You can't joke around with somebody if we're not boys," which I understand, right? Okay,
to a certain extent,
we boys. I can be like, "Yo, my neighbor," you ain't gonna take offense to it.
Yeah,
some other random jabroni come up and say, he's gonna be like, "Oh,
what the
hold
hell?"
up, you know. And you know that's the way it's been, right? So I understand that, but what Doug Glanville said that annoyed me is he's like, well, why? The reason why things have changed since 2019 is George Floyd and this and that, and it's like, what does that have to do? You the one that opened the gate that said, call me the new Jackie Robinson because I'm changing the game.
And the other thing is, which I disagree with him, is like, so when Pierce messed up and called you Chauncey, right? Anything, I call you Chauncey, right?
Yeah.
If we do it, hopefully we still do this podcast 2 years from now, we're making
we're making some bank.
Right? And I call you Chauncey and you get an attitude, I'm like,
exactly.
If I'm calling you Chauncey today, right? And you get an attitude with me in 2 years, if you don't tell me, say, hey,
yo, I don't like that shit.
Crystal broke up with me because she slept with some dude. His name is Chauncey. I didn't know that. Let me know. Like Josh Johnson said, if something changed, let me know. I apologize, but I know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what was up Doug Glanville's. I don't know what that was about.
Doug Glanville made it he took it way to left field.
Way left.
On the racist tip. And then when you hear everybody said, a lot of people said he's an asshole. I mean, he's an a-hole. However, I have never heard him say anything racist.
Right. The only thing I somewhat disagree with him, but again, the circumstances is if you called me whatever show this was, Chubsy Wubsy. That was on what do you call it? Yeah, that was on Little Rascals, Chubsy Wubsy, right? Yo, Chuck, I don't like that. I don't appreciate that. Right? Then if you call me Chubsy Wubsy, we're gonna have words because I said, hey, I don't like that. Mm-hmm. Right? Now, if I say, Chung, don't call me Chubsy Wubsy, and then next week Kenny said, yo, Chubsy Wubsy, and I don't say anything, that gives you gravitas to call me Chubsy Wubsy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, oh, what?
What?
Why is it okay for Kenny to say it now?
Right. So if you establish something, fine. But if not, I'll wait your mouth.
And apparently they I don't know if you guys saw Liam Hendricks. Liam Hendricks was like, oh, blah 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 blah, and you don't joke around with people if they're not your friend. But it's like, come on, man. You know why Josh Donaldson was doing it? He's doing it because he's hoping that it's gonna get in Buddy's head,
right? Get his head
and make him mess up.
Right? Come on, Jackie.
Come on, Jackie. Oh, that bothers you, Jackie?
Right.
All right.
Let's go, Jackie.
Hey, nice play, Jackie.
Right.
Like,
and that happens
all the
time, bro. Especially in pro sports.
Yes.
All the time. You said it in high school.
The things that you hear, mothers, you hear about people's lives while they're on the field.
Right.
They on football, they tackle you and they're like,
Remember when
hey, you're looking like your girl was under me last night.
Right. I know your neighbor remembers this. Remember when Rasheed Wallace, when the Nuggets were playing the Pistons, and Rasheed Wallace was talking to Carmelo, and he was saying something like "Lala tastes like Fruity Pebbles." Or
that was Kevin Garnett. That was Kevin Garnett in New York. He was in New York. Yeah, KG did that.
Right, KG. You're right.
And dude went out and like after the game was waiting at the bus. Like dude was like, "Yo,
right,
no, we ain't gonna do that."
Right.
But apparently, so like we just said, right? So apparently with Josh Donaldson, I looked this up because they were talking about the heat that he had with Lucas Giolito. Did you see that? No. I guess last year him and Giolito had some words. Giolito told the reporters like, bro, he ain't saying it in my face, so I don't care. So my man Donaldson waited for him in the parking lot in Chicago and was like, yo, you said I ain't saying it in your face. Like, what's up? Apparently, and so now people are like, oh, so he's on Chicago's hit list. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't like the dude. But you know what? I don't even think the Yankees gonna play him anymore this year. So it is what it is now.
I know when he was on the Braves 2 years ago, he brought a different vibe.
Oh, he brings a vibe, bro,
to that team because they was good old country boys who was just like, oh, mosey on down. And when he
I feel like that's what he's doing with the Yankees right now. However, the Yankees fold under that kind of pressure. Like, remember a couple years ago when our next dude gonna come walking by the Red Sox locker room, blasting New York on his boombox. Yeah. And then they got whooped afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, apparently the Yankees are not good at giving other teams what do they call it? Bulletin board material.
Bulletin board material, yeah.
But so Aaron Judge, he hit his 16th and 17th home run.
You know who Aaron Judge is, right? Kenny?
Yeah, I heard of him.
No. Ask me who he is.
Who is Aaron Judge?
The starting right fielder for the 2023 New York Mets.
Potentially.
Okay.
Potentially.
Hey. Get your bread.
Hey,
I got one thing to say.
2024, if he goes there, you know who's going to be the starting right fielder for the New York Yankees?
Who?
Juan Soto.
Whatever.
Guarantee it. If they don't re-sign Judge,
you think Juan Soto is going to take less than what Aaron Judge gets?
No, they're going to pay him way more because Juan Soto.
They don't want to pay Aaron Judge. They don't want to pay Aaron Judge.
He's younger. Younger. Right. Less injury prone.
While you're still playing Garrett Cole?
No. Less injury prone.
All right. Go ahead. Go on.
But anyway, so he's on pace for 66 dingers. Will he win the MVP? And should the Yankees trade him?
I think he will win the MVP, and I hope he does. Because
I would
love nothing more than for him to win the MVP and him sign with the Mets. Nothing would make me happier to see you Yankee fans grovel and be pissed off and I hate Aaron Judge and blah, 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 blah. Nothing would please me more than to see the Judge's Chambers in Citi Field next year. I would love it. And I'd laugh my ass home to the bank. Yeah, you said it now. You see this? You see this? See your neighbor?
Listen, do I like Judge? Yes.
You love him. No, you love him.
No.
Yes, you do.
I don't love Judge.
Every Yankees fan
on Earth. I love Stanton. I've liked Stanton more than.
You're out of your mind.
What?
How do you love Stanton and only like Judge? You're out of your mind.
Who hits for better average?
I've been a Stanton fan since before he came to New York. Bro, I honestly I like Judge, don't get me wrong, but I do not feel 9 years of Judge is going to pay out anywhere close to what he thinks it's going to pay out. I say you're probably going to get 3 years.
That's different. That's contract. But how do you like Stanton over Judge? That doesn't make any sense.
I've liked Stanton before him.
Well, Judge didn't exist when Mike Stanton was on the Marlins.
Yes, and that's my point.
Right now,
I was a fan beforehand. So if I was a fan of somebody before somebody and I liked them beforehand, why can't I like him more now that he's a Yankee?
Because Aaron Judge is a better Mike Stanton.
Okay.
I mean, I can't even think of anybody. I like Freddie Freeman, but I care what. If Donaldson hits 60 home runs and hits 350, guess what?
You
I'm
good.
getting me a Donaldson jersey. I'm good. Hell with Freddie Freeman.
Okay.
Tell it like it is.
Hey.
Loyalty is one thing, but hey, you produce, give me numbers, or put money in my pocket. Hey, I'm jumping on that line.
Okay.
And
we know where you stand, buddy.
And if Judge bounces, guess what? See you later. Guess who's still gonna be there?
Yeah, you're probably gonna sign freaking Brett Gardner.
Stanton's still gonna be there.
Because nobody wants his ass.
Come, bro, I guarantee you 15 teams would be happy to take Stanton right now.
Thank you, senior neighbor.
I guarantee you at least 15 teams will take Stanton right now.
At that price, you out of your mind.
At $22 million?
Mm-hmm. We're not talking
$22 million.
Mm-hmm.
For
on
what?
to the next one if we throw it
$22 million.
See, they don't want to talk about the Yankees no more.
Exactly. On to the next one.
See, they don't want to talk about the Yankees no more.
But honestly, if the Yankees feel like they are out
on to the next one,
I would trade him. I would trade Aaron Judge.
I would too. Now on to the next one.
I think they should trade him too.
I wouldn't trade him if they're in the playoff hunt.
Because he's not going to resign. I'd trade him.
All right.
He's not going to resign. Singing neighbor's done with the Yankees.
This next one.
Saban Jimbo Fisher. Texas A&M and Alabama. Millionaires, arguing with millionaires, and Nick Saban.
Do they have heat right now? Is that what going on?
I mean, he said he was despicable. He called him despicable. He called Jimbo Fisher called Nick Saban despicable. He said he's the worst.
Oh.
Well, Saban.
You haven't heard about this, Chauncey?
Yeah.
No.
What?
No.
You heard about Saban and Dion, right?
Or you mad at me because I said Mike's Judge is better than Mike?
No, I didn't hear anything about it because
you didn't hear anything about the Saban Dion thing neither.
I'm busy, but
when you see something, just click it, send it.
But that's that's been like top rated news story for the past week.
Hey, it ain't popped up on my damn Bleacher Report
because you got them damn Yankee glasses on. Anyway, so Nick Saban accused.
Nick Saban's actually a Yankee fan.
Oh God, Nick Saban, you know who he is, right?
Yeah, I know who he is, and I know Jimbo Fisher too.
Yeah, so he said that Texas A&M is buying players because of the name, image, and likeness, right? Throwing shade on him, throwing shade on Dion. Kenny can tell us what he said about Dion. And Jimbo Fisher the next day was like, this dude thinks he's God, and he's not. And shot back at him.
Football right now.
And he was like, basically like, I don't want nothing to do with this. Almost curse. I don't want nothing to do with this dude. Basically an ass. He thinks he's God, blah, 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 blah. The problem is that Texas A&M is using the NIL to their advantage and closing the gap between them and Alabama. Texas A&M has deep pockets. Alabama's pockets aren't as deep as Texas A&M.
And they beat them. Go ahead. And they was #1 recruiting team, and Alabama was #2 this year.
Right. So he's in his feelings. So
he's sick. And then he shot at little lonely Jackson State with Dion saying that they paid, and you got to understand these guys doing Aflac commercials and every damn thing. So like Dion said, I'm thinking me and Nick cool. And he said, Dion then paid this top guy $1 million. So Alabama must have wanted him too, I guess is what it seems like. But this guy, he ended up going to Jackson State, and he was like,
they can play now, right?
And Dion made the comment. He was like, I don't know what the hell he talking about. I don't even make $1 million. Hell, I'd go back and play if we was paying somebody $1 million. I'd come put on the pass for Jackson State.
Yeah,
like we ain't paying nobody nothing.
And the dude is a top-rated cornerback.
Yep.
So if you're a top-rated cornerback, why
not learn? Exactly. Right. Why not go and get coached by the best cornerback ever?
If you're good, you're good. Whether you go to Alabama, Jackson State, Florida, Tennessee, wherever, you're good, you're good. This isn't 20 years ago where nobody was watching the HBCUs.
What it's going to take, I'm going to tell you what it's going to take. It's going to be harder to do in any sport but basketball. It's going to take 5 stars to say, yo, we're going to go to Central, Norfolk State, Hampton, one of the MEAC schools. Let's go put them on the map. Even if we only do it for 1 year, let's go put them on the map. And we'll all go to the NBA the next year, whatever. But that's what it's going to take. So 5-star recruits to say, damn it, let's go to HBCU and make a run in the NCAA tournament and put them on the map and let other people see that it ain't such a bad thing to go to these schools now, especially we can make money off our names. It's going to happen soon. It's going to happen.
It is.
Speaking about making some money, right? I added this dude Aaron on the list too because he's another one that's skipping OTAs. He got that big money, and he's. But
when he one of the guys that said it's not really a big deal for me to. Yeah, I don't need that. I've been doing it long enough. He said that years ago, though, right?
But when you don't have the same receiving core, don't you want to get on the best? On the level with these dudes?
I mean, I guess you would think that and whatever, but hell, I guess maybe them OT.
I'm getting $50 million a year. I don't get
he's already
he's a jackass anyway.
You know, but, he's on top of it.
Kyler Murray and Debo also skipping these OTAs.
So I thought the Kyler Murray thing kind of had got smoothed out. Obviously,
that's what I thought. That was what I thought too.
And we know what you know. And we know what Debo doing. Debo, like, they ain't paying me. Damn, yeah. I ain't mad at him neither. You got to get paid in that sport when you can get paid, because you could go out there in practice and shatter and tear and rip something. So get it.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
I'm 100% with you.
Fully with that. With Kyler Murray and Debo, Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers should be there at least. Just talking with the
you ain't gotta do nothing, right?
Yeah, hey man,
you could run. You could run the damn practices.
Hey, run that route. This is how I'm gonna hit you. Boom.
Right.
Yeah, this is the route that I like for you to run.
You don't have any experienced receivers.
Yeah, he don't got nobody that he knows.
Your team needs you to be there. Your wide receivers need you to be there. If you want.
Well, we already know we ain't about a team.
He's a D-bag,
about that
man.
bread.
He's a D-bag. So
true that.
But speaking of Kyler Murray, the Cardinals are going to appear in this season's Hard Knocks. The Lions are going to appear in the preseason edition, which seems pretty cool. However, hopefully Kyler Murray's there.
Yeah, hopefully.
That might make for some interesting
TV,
some interesting TV, right?
Yeah.
Hey, ring. Kyler, are you coming in? Nah, bro.
I ain't playing this week.
You're gonna get the nah. Hey, you coming in today? Nah.
I kind of wish it was the reverse. That the Cardinals would in the regular.
Yeah, that might be pretty cool too.
And the Lions was in season.
Hey man, the Lions hopefully they'll hopefully do something interesting this year. Like we've talked about it before. I feel like stuff is a lot more entertaining when when some of these historical teams are good, you know,
Mm-hmm.
at least competitive.
Yeah.
You know. So I added this one in here just because I thought it was very interesting. Trout's the third fastest to 1,000 runs scored. The only two that were faster was A-Rod and Willie Mays.
Mm-hmm.
That's a damn list, right?
That's interesting company, no doubt.
Yeah, man, that's a list right there. And Trout's been doing it pretty much by himself until recently.
Yeah, he has.
You know, so shout out to Mike Trout, man. Actually,
No
me
doubt.
and Kenny were talking before the game started, before the show started, because I heard this on Sunday night. DJ LeMahieu had hit his 10-year anniversary, basically, right? And they said he hit his 10th year of service time, and they said there's only been 800 and change players that have made 10 years of service time over the 22,000 players that have played. How crazy is that?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
I thought it'd be way more than that.
Yeah. When I heard that, I was like, wow, 10 years, that light on the 10 years. And you think, right? Baseball's been around since the 1800s.
Yeah. And that's when you get your pension. So I would think if I'm like iffy, I'm struggling to get the last 2 years.
That just goes to show you, though, right? Maybe some of these cats, they're like, another year of him? You know?
Yeah.
Then he's getting some extra money. Is he worth it? Nah, see you later. Don't pick him up.
Damn, that's crazy.
But yeah, that was a pretty crazy thing. I got to look more into it, but I heard them say that, and I was like, I felt like that can't be right. I didn't get to look into it, though.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, if that's real, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
And then this thing here, man, Anderson Silva fought some jabroni on
that guy was pretty boring.
Put him to sleep.
Yeah.
Sleep, though.
Yeah, you could see Anderson holding back, and then when he finally fought it was over.
And afterwards, he said that him versus Jake Paul is a possibility.
Yeah, heard that.
Hey, I feel like that might be the interesting fight there for Jake Paul, right? I don't know if Jake Paul wants to fight Anderson.
I guess I don't know how interesting it'll be for him.
I don't
know if he want that action.
He may not want that.
Anderson nice with the hands.
Boy. That boy moves
nice with the hands and got popped.
So, but this is actually going to lead into our new end of the show segue that we got, little segment. And this end of the show segment is going to be called Kenny's Corner, the Bounty Hunter's Corner, where he's going to be talking all about combat sports, whether it's boxing,
sports,
MMA,
karate, fencing, jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, Muay Thai.
What lingerie, MMA.
Let's get this party started. And we will start with David Benavidez fought this weekend. For y'all or those who don't know David Benavidez, he is known as the Mexican Monster. Gave the moniker by actually Mike Tyson himself. Mike Tyson had one of the Charlos brothers on, and he told him, "You're scared. You're scared of the Mexican Monster," and it stuck. I would get shirts. I'd go crazy with that. Anyway, so he fought a guy named David Lemieux, who he was all right, but he was known. The guy had been known to been getting avoided by people because he had a awkward style and he hits hard. And David Benavidez went in there and inside of 3 rounds he knocked him out, and he had him looking crazy in the second round. I mean, it looked like it was over, and then the ref was actually moving in to stop the fight, and the bell rang. So he came out the third round and finished him. Well, what this takes us to is the Canelo Alvarez fans who still want to call Canelo Alvarez the best fighter pound for pound fighter. He's not even the best fighter in his division, let alone pound for pound. At 168, where he's undisputed, he has David Benavidez, which he is pretty much refusing to fight. He has the Charlo. He has Boo Boo Andres. He has 3 guys that have been begging him for a fight that have all had titles. He actually gave up his title and became the franchise champion to Charlo. That's how Charlo got one of his belts. And Canelo just pulled off of the biggest kitty cat move, as I'm going to be nice about it, you can pull off. So we all know Canelo Alvarez lost a couple of weeks ago. So what Canelo Alvarez called for the rematch and actually said, and Bivol said, I'll go down to 168 at your weight class and fight you for your belts. So Canelo, I want the immediate rematch. What the hell did Canelo Alvarez do? He has signed Triple G, right? Triple G, 40-year-old Triple G in September. He skipped the rematch with the guy that he know was going to bust his anus again and went and is going to fight 40-year-old Triple G, who in his last couple of fights, you couldn't name the people he's fighting, and he's looked like he's won, but he's looked like pure cockamamie. And this guy is
I like this.
This guy is just purely avoiding the best fights. And it's sad because Canelo is a good fighter and at one time known as a great fighter, but I think the curtain has fell on him to now. Roy Jones was talking about him the other day, and Roy Jones said this 175 BS of he was trying to do something great is a illusion because he's already won the belt at 175 against Kovalov. So why would you go back and fight Duvall for the same 175 title that you had already won? It was a cherry pick gone wrong. He thought he was cherry picking. So he moves up in weight so he wants people to think, oh, he's going up in weight so he's doing a big thing. No, he moves up in weight because he tries to find the right kind of fighter for his style. When at 168, where he has all 4 titles, he has 3 lines behind him that he's avoiding. He won't fight. So it's we'll see what happens. He's supposed to fight Triple G in September, and he'll knock Triple G out this time. Triple G is he's a shell of himself. He's 40 years old. Yeah, he's 40 years old. He'll knock him out, and I want to see what he's going to do from there. Of course, we got a big fight coming up that I will be able to give our No Holds Barred fans a great commentary on, because I'm actually going to be in the building for the Tank Davis and Roland Romero fight coming up. I'm actually sitting in the Barclays Center for that fight this weekend. So I will definitely in Kenny Corner come next Tuesday. We'll have some great and if I don't get caught, I might, try to slide the phone in live action. But so I definitely be in the building, God willing, and nothing happened. Me and my son will be in the building for the Tank Davis Roller Romero fight. And before we end, we're going to talk a little MMA. Holly Holmes was pretty much, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't watch the fight myself. I was caught up in the David Benavidez and the boxing stuff. Based on everything I've seen by watching podcasts and shows, she was robbed this weekend. They said for 10 minutes, she had control in the fight. They said she landed more significant punches and got out of a rear naked choke that looked like the fight was over. She got out of it, and they took the fight from her for whatever reason. So, I don't know. Politics in this in fighting is bad. Dana has actually called out his referees. I mean his judges a couple of times. Yeah, he's called out his judges a couple of times. He's like he don't know what they see. And we know in boxing, even when Canelo lost, they had it losing by 3 rounds, and everybody that watched the fight said Canelo was lucky to win 3 rounds in that fight. So judging in big fights and certain fights can get real shady, is, I guess. Yeah, word to say. But yeah, but yes, man. Far as the Kenny's Corner go, it's great combat sports coming up, fights. We have the following week after the Tank fight, we got Devin Haney and Kambosos. So it's going to be a great, little topics to talk about in this. And I just look forward to any questions anybody have. Shoot them at me. Make me do some homework. They done put me on the spot because I kept complaining to my fellow podcast guys about they wasn't coming up and showing combat sports. So they said, you know what? We're gonna put you to the test. So this is the test. So put me to the test. Anybody that's watching, and any questions you come up with, I'll be happy to go into them and answer them. And if I ain't got the answer, you can best believe by the following week I'll have the answer.
Nice. Word up. Kenny's Corner. I love it.
Yes,
Love
sir.
Kenny's Corner. Yes, sir. All right, but I think that's a wrap. I think that's a wrap.
I don't know what happened to our other brother, but yeah, I guess it is a wrap.
That stringing, here it comes. That stringing cord fit into that. Yeah.
We was just wrapping,
man. Pay your bills.
Yeah, pay the bills. We was just wrapping it up for you, brother.
Oh yeah, man. That was it was definitely a good Kenny's Corner, man. The other thing I was gonna add in was about the Ukrainian boxing champion Oleg I know I'm a butcher this Prudecki. He was killed in the conflict with Russia this week. And also
whoa.
Wow. Well, who's this?
I don't know. I can't see it. It's like John Cena.
Exactly. Yeah. What is that? Dragon smoke.
The other thing that I was gonna ask you about, did you see the Devin Haney, how hyped up he was for Cambrosia winning that fight?
It makes total sense. He couldn't get the Teofimo Lopez fight, so it made total sense for him and his daddy to do and hug and cheer, because in their eyes, now we get a shot at Undisputed. And look what's happening. He going to fight him for Undisputed. He
said, my biggest fans, how good this is. Bill and Dev supporting a foreign fighter instead of their own countrymen. I love it. Now let's see how much you love me on June 5th when I get my hands on you.
It was purely business. That's all.
Hey, I like it, man. It
was purely what I'm saying. Them supporting him instead of, because they had been trying to find and get Teofimo Lopez in the ring forever. And Teofimo was with Top Rank, and Top Rank was not trying to fight Devin Haney. Like I told y'all last week, Bob Arum has this thing, and it's been proven and said, the MBF, no black fighters. He stays away from them. And Devin Haney was not going to get a fight with Teofimo Lopez. So that's why you seen the reaction when they seen George Kambosos beat him, because they said, now we finally can get a undisputed fight. And like I said, the rest is history. June the 5th, he's fighting for Undisputed. The only downfall to that, they are going to keep his daddy out of Australia. His daddy had a prior record, and it was disclosed before they made the fight. But now all of a sudden, we can't get past that. You're not going to. So his daddy.
The interesting thing is, wasn't Australia made as a prison for
yes,
people to go from England and shit?
But here's the other thing that's sad about that. I was seeing something earlier where Marky Mark, they showed him going over there, Mark Wahlberg. And if you remember, Mark Wahlberg is a felon. I don't know if he got it took off yet, but and it was a race charge because they attacked a Filipino guy, and he actually went to prison. He got 2-year sentence, but he did 45 days. But so when he flew in to, I don't know if it was to do a movie, to do something, they said something about it, but they still let him come in. So it's just all them throwing the junk up and trying to make it that much harder for Devin.
They let Homicide go wrestle over there, and he had an attempted murder charge.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. They're just trying to make it hard.
the little quick thing that I had peeped also. Clowney signed with the Browns 1 year, $11 million to return. So shout out to him, man. Get some bread. Get some bread, man. More power to you.
You think they're going to win the division?
Nah. Nah. I still think that's your guys' division. It's your boys' division to take, and we'll see what happens with it.
We get to see if y'all was fluky. Was fluke?
Yeah.
This is true.
If it was real or not. Did y'all just get hot at the right time? Because that's all it takes to the playoffs.
Dream.
Right.
Get hot. Great games.
I'm a Joe believer. As long as
I believe in Joe too. Yeah, I definitely believe in Joe.
Joe Cool's, man. That dude's cool as ice, bro. But let's wrap this up, guys. We've been on an hour and 16.
Yeah,
but let's take it home, baby. All right. Baby. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all tune in next week. We're where we gonna have another interesting show with anything that pops up.
Yeah.
You're gonna get the Kenny's Corner. Maybe with some live takes that he got. Make sure you record some stuff, Kenny.
No doubt. And if you guys
just record yourself.
Topics, definitely walking in the building and everything. If you come up with topic, guys, not just Kenny Corner, but the show all together, make sure you shoot us
messages on Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah. Any questions?
Anywhere.
Twitter, anything you might want us to talk about. Yeah, anything.
So also, guys, make sure y'all can, if you can, share, like, subscribe to us on Facebook and YouTube at No Holds Barred Sports Show. Hit that bell, get notified.
Word.
The other thing is follow us on Twitch at No Holds Barred Podcast. But yeah, man, I'd say another good week, guys.
Y'all have like 2 minutes?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right now?
Yeah, it was 2 minutes.
Non-sports.
Oh, here we go.
No. I want to get your opinion on Sasha Banks and Naomi situation.
Man,
I don't want.
Can you hear about this?
I don't
paid.
Okay, so hold on. Let me tell.
Go ahead.
So on Raw last week, was it this past week? No,
I think y'all guys talked about this
last week. Did we?
Yeah, I think
last week.
They pulled the nose.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Yeah,
we did.
But go ahead with your point.
No, I just want to get your opinion. So they got suspended. They got suspended indefinitely on Friday. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the hell did they think was going to happen. I mean, if you just refuse to work, I mean, it kind of goes in what we was talking about with Kyrie, and they literally refused to work.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't like I'm taking the stand. We refuse to work because we think that doesn't match. Oh, get the freak out!
We think that we deserve more. Guess what?
Hell?
You know how many motherfuckers on that roster feel like they deserve more?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, how many people on that roster? Sorry for dropping the MF, but how many people on that roster are more talented than the top dudes on that roster?
Oh my
God! And
we
know they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, there was Samoa Joe was there for how long? That dude's a freaking talent and a half, and they didn't do anything with him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like they wasted him.
Mm-hmm. There's talented guys.
You got Finn Balor. You got freaking Ricochet. You got dudes all up and down this roster, and girls that are all up and down this roster. That Are they not getting the push maybe that Charlotte Flair is getting, or maybe that I don't know who Roman Reigns is getting, or the Usos. But yo, guess what? Usos have gotten hella love, even though they've messed up how many times, and Naomi's gotten hella love, even though her man's messed up a bunch of times. Like, yo, how many times in this business have we seen people get screwed for actions of their friend, their spouse, their girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. She's gotten hella pushes. And they've gotten hella pushes because of, obviously because they're talented though. All of them are talented. Don't get me wrong.
Everybody's talented.
I think Sasha Banks is great. But come on, man. You dare to do a job, bro. This is not. You are not Ryback, and you ain't gonna pull this nonsense where you go like, "Hey, you know, I think I how many of these guys can really beat me?" Like, come on, bro.
Right,
like this is we're here for entertainment.
Right.
And if they don't feel like you're as entertaining as the next person, they're not gonna give you that belt. Guess what? They're giving you the tag belts right now.
Mm-hmm.
Take it.
Yeah,
Enjoy
be happy
it.
you're being
You're on
used.
TV. You're getting paid hella money to be on TV. You know how many of us wish that we were on that spot right now? Even just for a year. These jabronis are up there for years making hella money. Come on, man. Get out of here.
On that note,
I'm over them. I'm over.
Exactly.
Shoot.
But yeah, make sure y'all tune in next week. Sorry for being all angry.
It's all good.
I'm passionate about that, man, because I know
No doubt.
plenty of us could have been there.
Exactly.
Could have been there.
Exactly.
So,
Yep.
But tune in next week, 8 o'clock, Tuesdays. Catch Mega on Thursday. On
Killing the
business with him and Kingpin Angel Medina. Catch me tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow it's all about me, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, what the hell is
the gimmick table, all about your boy LowRyda. We're gonna get from the start to the finish.
Yes, sir.
So y'all gonna
learn some hella stuff about me tomorrow.
So you're the guest tomorrow.
I'm the
LowRyda.
guest.
All right.
LowRyda. And then next week, we got King Jeter. I don't know if you know him. He used to be Lucifer Darkside.
What was that? Dirk Jeter?
Nah, it was King Jeter. That is a good name for the man Derek. But I'll send you a pic. You'll know. You might know him. He's the dude that did that had that viral moonsault. He's a big boy. He's from the doghouse. Big boy. He did a moonsault and like he does. Yo, this kid is nasty. Nasty. Right. Super humble kid, man. Known him for probably like 19 years, 18 years at least. Great kid. He'll be on next week with us on Nights of the Gimmick Table. So, make sure y'all check it out. Oh, also, I'm going to be on NXT Roundup. So, check me out on that. I'm all over the podcast.
Yeah, you popular, dude. You popular.
I'm a popular dude.
Popular neighbor.
Yeah. I'm going to have to watch NXT today. That's today or tomorrow?
It's today.
Don't ask me.
I guess I'm gonna be watching it.
Yeah, I can't tell you the last time I watched one of those shows.
Listen, crib notes, baby.
Word.
But guys, thank y'all for tuning in again. Make sure y'all tune in next week. Make sure you catch me tomorrow on NXT Roundup. I think we're doing 8:45 in the morning, 8 o'clock p.m. tomorrow. You'll catch me on Nights of the Gimmick Table. 8 o'clock on Thursday, you can catch King Mega and Kingpin Angel. So make sure y'all tune in, check us out, and make sure y'all hit that bell, like, and subscribe. See y'all next week. Thank y'all.
Peace.